And we're back, Nick. I don't know if you saw it already, but the draft is up. One team is ready. It's actually Stigma, Navi, I don't know, still smoking break whatsoever. But let's see. I appreciate that it's just a smaller break. And I'm loading in.
Yeah, man, those cigarettes though.
You know what?
I understand as a smoker, but I'm trying to quit the habit myself. So, but,
Are you a smoker as well?
more of a social when I you go out and you're
Party,
like, well,
yeah,
yeah,
I get it, I get
party,
it.
smoke, drink, all that.
But that's good, so I don't need to hide. Because the only reason I'm showing the draft right now is because I'm smoking. Ha!
Yeah,
No,
I
but
think I heard it. But
no, don't
I don't
tell
know, man.
anyone. Don't. Well, at least you didn't hear it on stream, but just in our little Skype connection. However, we are in the map draft, and now, well, we pray to all the gods out there. Don't give us a cursed hollow. I mean, I like the map, but Jesus, I want to see something else. A Dragonshire today. A Dragonshire would be interesting.
Yeah, we haven't seen much Dragonshire. I think we had maybe one game on it or something.
Today we didn't.
We didn't? Yeah, I don't
No.
think so.
No. We had a Sky Temple, 3 Cursed Hollows or something like that, and the Garden of Terror. That's it. We had no Black Hearts yet, no Mines. Obviously Mines. Nobody wants to play Mines. I don't think we're gonna see Mines this tournament, unless someone is really going fancy. And, well... Oh! Oh my god!
Is it it? Is it it? Is it the dream? It is the dream.
It's a spider. It's a lot of spiders.
It's Tome of the Spider Dream. So, we do have Stigma starting it off with the first pick, first ban here, and we'll have to see what they choose to ban out here. Tome of the Spider Queen, kind of a playstyle similar to Dragonshire, but different at the same time. Roaming styles can be quite strong here. We've seen some Kerrigan, Tyrande, Diablo, these kind of roaming heroes that can be so very good. But also we kind of see strong wave clear to pick up here, so they can go for that early advantage, get the first turn in, and kind of snowball the early game. But as the game progresses, it becomes increasingly less snowbally. The map mechanic, the map mechanic doesn't snowball as hard going into the late game, so I feel you have to draft a good team composition. You have to win team fights. You have to be able to win team fights to win the map, in my opinion, unless the other team makes some kind of catastrophic error. But we're going to have a first ban on Jaina from Stigma. We'll have to see what Navi decides to ban out here.
Well, what I like about Tomb of the Spider Queen is, like, you have 2 spots, the hand-in spots that... I mean, I'm not saying you actually have to guard it, like really closely guard it, but I mean, you want to have an eye on it, simply because you don't want that, like, for example, a hero with lots of gems on him. We call them gems, right? Not crystals or anything like that. I heard other casters using crystals.
I think they're jewels.
Jewels?
I think.
But jewels is like... I don't know. If I say, like, hey, I don't know, Shimpy's jewels just got knocked off him or something. I don't know. No, we're not gonna go there.
Your mind is in the gutter, Heflo. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, there's a player in Dota 2 that is called My Nuts, so have fun as a caster.
Yeah, there are some interesting names in esports.
Yes. My Nuts just got exploded and stuff like that. Either way, without mentioning more Dota here, Tomb of the Spider Queen... okay, I'm going home. See ya. Tomb of the Spider Queen, 2 hand-in spots. They need to be guarded because you don't want anyone with like 20 or more even gems just getting the hand in. That really hurts. You have the chance to actually claim them back. They despawn no matter if they come from the spider creeps or if they come from a hero. That's the good chance you have on the Tomb map, on the spider map. The good thing I also like about this map is it's pretty small. So a lot of ganks, a lot of roaming is possible on this map. The bad thing for each team that loses a team fight around the hand-in time, or when the spiders spawn, for example, and you engage in a fight, if you lose it, it's pretty much compared to any other map, it would be like, I don't know, giving a bruiser camp on every lane, and you're dead and you can't defend. And that really hurts. Siege damage is just insane, especially the wave that comes from like the Spider Queen casted. It's clearing almost entire waves, and well, it really hurts. You might lose 2 keeps if you have the worst timing of all. But let's look into the draft, what we see here.
Yeah, we do have the Tastar ban from Na'Vi. Tastar being a very nice pick on this map for the vision, for the wave clear, which is very, very nice. And like we said, the map isn't too snowbally towards the late game, so level 20 Archon can definitely come into factor here. But we do have a first pick onto Uther from Stigma, and Na'Vi is going to reply with a Vala Zeratul. Zeratul is a pretty nice roaming hero, and Vala, obviously, a very strong pick for that damage in team fights, but also for the wave clear as well.
Definitely. I mean, that Uther, that means Stigma has a plan already. Securing the Uther as the first pick, we have to see something around it. I'm not sure if that's a Illidan. I mean, Illidan is quite okayish on this map. When it comes to mobility, and you already said that about the Zeratul, I love him on this map because there are so many walls you can obviously blink over or blink through, depends on how physics works in Heroes of the Storm. But Zeratul, like, his escapability in this or on this specific map is just insane. All you have to do is get close to a wall, blink on the other side, and you're gone. Like any other hero, well, due to the size of the map, anything that can like blink or leap forward or rush forward, sprint, etc., makes mostly nice escapes. That's why I like Zeratul and even Bala for this matter.
Yeah, and I have to imagine we're going to see Illidan coming out from Stigma here. Not only is Uther a good combination with that Illidan, but Illidan being a pretty good wave clear hero once he gets to that level 4 mark for the immolation. But actually, it's going to be a Diablo here. What will be the follow-up pick with that? I'm not too sure. I have to imagine they go for Illidan, but...
Yeah, it could still be Illidan, or they just leave the assassin spot out and pick a Tyrande, so we have the Diablo-Tyrande combination. That's still there in the open.
And actually it's going to be a Sylvanas, so
Okay.
Definitely some Wombo possibilities here. They have the nice wave clear of Sylvanas. Sylvanas considered to be a very strong pick on Tome of the Spider Queen because of that snowball potential, because of that pushing potential. So Sylvanas, a really, really nice pickup there for this map.
There's a downside to it, though. I mean, the problem about Sylvanas and Spider Queen map, like the Black Arrow effect doesn't go on the big spiders, nor the minions you spawn there actually. So they're immune to the effect. Otherwise, it would really be something you have to ban out. Like that's first ban material. If Sylvanas Black Arrow would go on this, then it's just insane.
Yeah, that would be just a little bit too crazy. But we actually have Arthas, the Lich King, coming out from Na'Vi. Really nice. He's been coming kind of back into favor in the recent patch, especially on a map like Tome of the Spider Queen, where that roaming style can be such a very strong addition. I have to wonder, are they going to leave Illidan up? What is going to be the pick here? And it's actually going to be a Tyrande, so still leaving that Illidan up. But yeah, Arthas Tyrande, such a strong combination. Getting that Arthas root into his trait for that really heavy hitting ability with the Tyrande stun. So much burst potential there, but Abathur.
Yeah, forget everything we said. Everything we said is not interesting anymore. We have an Abathur, that's a first for this tournament. I think we had a Murky, we had an Anoop in the other games that weren't streamed, but an Abathur, I think this is a first.
Yeah, Abathur, he has been kind of popular on this map by some teams here and there. Can be a nice little pickup. I'm curious to see how they build him, how they exploit kind of the advantages with him, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting pickup, and they ran out of time there. I'm not sure if they intended on Vikings, but we'll have to confirm that.
Yeah, but why not? I mean, this is the question. Why not? Like Sylvanas and Abathur, the Vikings, Diablo, and just that one healer. I definitely see that working out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I mean, they are a little bit low on damage. The Sylvanas, not really the mainstay damage you particularly want, but Vikings also can bring some nice damage to the table as well. I'm really curious to see how they use Abathur in this game, but it's going to be a last pick on the Malfurion for Na'Vi to round out their comp. So Illidan not being banned and not being picked, really surprising in my opinion.
Yep, that's very interesting. So, I mean, we have to. I don't think we have to confirm this because the draft makes sense, but just to be sure, Malfurion being the last one. So the support course we have Uther, and of course Carapace by Abathur. That's pretty much the heal plus shielding combination we get there. On the other side, we have a double heal. Of course, Malfurion boosting the entire thing a bit with Innovate as well, which is always nice to have, especially in laning stage where your mana is just getting drained like hell. But let's
Okay,
see.
so we have an update on the draft. The Abathur was actually an Illidan, so that makes a lot more sense in my mind. Abathur, while he has been used a little bit here and there on this map, still probably not a strong enough pick to use. And but the Vikings is confirmed, so it'll be Illidan Vikings as the last two picks for Stigma.
Yeah,
And,
I don't know what went wrong there, why they picked the Abathur instead of the Illidan, but yeah. I mean, so we replaced the entire Abathur thing, even though someone in the chat said, like, Stigma loves their Abathur, so it made sense in my world. And to be honest, when I saw the draft, except for this problem, you already mentioned it, like, a bit lacking the damage. But besides that, I think it made sense, especially... Wait, what? Now Vikings is Gaslow? No.
Oh, we're getting trolled, I think, Hefla. I think we're getting trolled a little bit.
Seriously?
Has to be, man. Has to be, dude. It's like, well, do I want the best hero in the game or the worst hero in the game? I don't know, man. Like...
So in reality, everything was legit, and they're just trolling us, and we're telling it to the viewers just to look like idiots then in 2 minutes when the game is starting with the original draft. That's pretty much how it's gonna turn out.
Yeah. I feel that Stigma kind of got really value out of the last pick, second to last pick with the Vikings and Illidan. Vikings and Illidan are what I would consider very high tier picks, premium picks, if you will. They're really in that like top 3 heroes in the game, but Navi's comp is quite dangerous, and I have to imagine Navi will be running Void Prison in this game. I don't feel they will go for the melee Zeratul once again, but I mean, they are comfortable running it, but I just don't think it fits in this time as well as it did last game. But I mean, I would love for them to prove me wrong. I do love that melee Zeratul, but and I just cannot get over that. I just love it. So really cool stuff coming out from Navi, and really comfortable in their Zeratul play.
I love how they are, like, first they were trolling us, now they are trolling each other. I'm actually not sure, so I'm not gonna even say anything about heroes anymore till I see the actual lobby going through with the heroes. So I also hope they don't swap this, so we have, wait, Navi on the blue side, right?
Yeah, we do have Navi on the left, they will be the blue team, and we have... Oh wait, yeah, I'm right.
Unless
and
they swap it again.
Yeah, unless they swap it. Because in the draft, it's opposite of that.
Yep.
So...
That's always a problem for those who know how OBS and everything operates. It's kind of weird because in the lobby they might swap the sides on the draft screen. It's just randomly generated who is which side, so it's kind of confusing. But let's see, we're gonna manage unless they swap the sides. So at the moment, 10 of 10 players.
Yeah.
And I think now we just need the ready button.
Yep, just waiting for the ready. We're still in the lobby, not in the hero select. There goes the hero select. So, just gonna say, whoa. Oh man, we're getting trolled so hard.
What? What was colored?
Yeah, it's a fake. It's a fake. It's a fake message. As you can tell by like hovering over his name, it doesn't give you the little pointer finger thing to like allow you to like whisper him or whatever.
Okay. Never mind that. I was like, what the hell is Caldo doing in this lobby?
Yeah, it caught me off guard for a second, but then I was like, no way Caldor is in here.
Caldo confirmed trolling. I'm gonna tweet him. Yo Caldo, what you doing? Sabotaging lobbies here. Getting the competition out of the way. Caster's ready, Caldo ready. Nick is trolling back. You do it right, man.
I did.
They troll us, we troll harder.
I've been known to troll from time to time. I don't know if you know this about me, Hefla, but...
No.
Nope, never heard of that ever.
No. I mean, I've been watching your stream and everything, but no trolling there. Just serious Uther playing.
Man, you miss my stream. Sometimes my stream can be like completely polar opposites, like at certain times. Sometimes I'm the salt master, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm gonna try to run an informative and positive stream today. It's like sometimes it's just terrible. It's like PJ salt all day, but
Jesus Christ. I love how, like, if they were as fast in pressing ready in comparison to their activity in the lobby chat, we would have no breaks between games whatsoever. But now, finally, it's coming in.
Really eager to see this game. Really interesting comps, and yeah, man, I have to hand it to Na'Vi, dude. That Zeratul, I just love that hero, and I'm glad that I'm getting to see a lot more Zeratul play. In North America, we don't have that many Zeratul players, so really, really nice to and refreshing to see him so much in the EU scene, especially with that melee build in the last game. But
what makes me always laugh is when I see the American streamer, because I'm working often through the night and everything, so I have some streams always running. So I don't know, like Suna or you for that matter, or anyone else. Like sometimes they're like honestly saying they have no idea why European teams draft that, but then again they go against European teams and it somehow makes sense. But the same you can say about the European people. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense for them because it's not in their meta, they're not used to it whatsoever, and I don't know, it's very interesting for me that like how each scene tries to understand the opposite meta pretty much.
Yeah, and I feel like some teams in NA, they're experimenting with good stuff and they're experimenting with bad stuff, and then same on EU. It's just like it doesn't even matter what region it is. There's just, you know, the good picks and the bad picks and the good teams and the bad teams, and I feel both regions have contributed to the overall meta of the game quite a bit. So no bias here on either side. I love both NA and EU. So yeah, really interesting to see EU though. They have certain tendencies compared to NA, yeah. But let's get into this game a little bit here, and you can introduce the teams if you'd like.
Oh, I'm not sure even we get the time for it, but yeah, Cilium, Shrimpy, and Breeze, they're gonna be here on the lane with Arthur's combination, Vala directly in there. This is, well, probably the lane where all the action is. Then again, we have a tri-lane in the mid on the other side here with Shad, Thunder, and Kren. On the other side, it's just Ethereal on the Zeratul defending, which is kind of interesting. But now they're just swapping forth from back where we have Iron Morden on the Vikings and Splendor on the Malfurion, just solely defending here. This is quite an interesting way to, I don't know, get the laning stage done.
Yeah, and we have a bit of action here in mid. Diablo almost getting picked off here, but looks like he might get away. No, the forward blink from Zeratul there, and Diablo goes down for Team Stigma.
That was unexpected. I just caught the last second of this, but they were super aggressive, and now, oh, Tyrande actually going forward, just punching that Lunar Flare in Savannah's face, but that's pretty much about it. There was no chance for any follow-up damage whatsoever. Everybody was heading like towards their way, well. And now I think we gonna see, I don't know, more emphasis on the mid lane, where Vala is left against Illidan on that bottom lane. Oh, top! There's an engagement here. All they need is Savannah's, but oh, she playing forward. Diablo, however, he got the lift and the charge, and that way Breeze is most likely going down. But then again, oh my god, what a beautiful freeze there. Frozen in place, nothing they can do. Oh, nice little heal on Kren there. That Zeratul thought he can sneak it, but wow, what a reaction by Thunder here.
Yeah, really nice plays from both sides there, but Zeratul ending up going down for Na'Vi, but that Howling Blast from Arthas, though, saving him at the last possible second.
Yep.
He was dead, man, and such a nice route there from him to keep him alive. Zeratul did try to go for the pick-off on Sylvanas. That fight started kind of with the initial initiation on to Sylvanas, but Sylvanas was able to get away.
Yep. I mean, it would have been a kill, but Uther's heal just prevented it. Now, we are reaching that point where the first gems are coming in. Everybody's holding a decent amount here. We have 8 on Uther, we have 12 already on the Vikings. And now, oh, there they are frozen. They actually focused the Viking with the most gems at the moment. So this is bad news. This is 10 gems lost. Never mind. Like, Iron Morden got 10 back pretty much from the other Vikings. That's interesting. Like, you still have to pick them up with the other Vikings, right? Just theory confirming here.
I'm actually not sure how that mechanic works too much, but I think they kind of spread out throughout. I don't know.
I mean, there's just two options. One Viking dies and automatically hands over to the other Vikings, or you actually still have to walk over the gems with the other Vikings, which is, I guess, the more likely version. Either way, we have some hand-in attempts at the moment here. 9 on Diablo, he might actually make it top, but at the moment, it looks like they want to go for Malfurion instead, but he already smelled that. He was like, nah, something is wrong. Illidan, however, in that bottom lane, also 12 already. In the mid, they're converging. It's a 3-on-3. I'm actually wondering who makes the first hand-in. It seems like, yes, Vala. This is 25 gems at the moment here for their side, which gives them a small advantage, but now the hand-in comes in by the Vikings, and that's a lot. Never mind, he can't cast it through, so it's interrupted for now. Nice styling off. At the moment, it really looks like they can keep them away from the hand-in spots.
Yeah, another Howling Blast onto the Vikings, and a follow-up. Lunar Flare from Veranda there, picking off Balog with quite...
Well, even more to come. Sylvanas pretty low. The Owl, actually, that was a nice aiming for the final point of the teleportation with the wave, but it didn't quite hit, and I don't think it was enough damage, however. But still, it's pretty nice what they do at the moment. Like, Vikings, he keeps losing gems here and there. The handed attempts bottom, like Cilium, is just making it, and that this means the first spiders are actually spawning now for them, which is, I guess, the best start you can have. This is giving you the nice little upper hand, which you already have. They are level 7, but shortly behind we have, of course, also a level 7 now.
We have a Howling Blast and a Lunar Flare onto Sylvanas here. Will she be picked off? No, her E ability able to get her out of that situation. But Team Stigma now on the back foot here, having to defend against those web weavers from Team Na'Vi. Now that we have a little bit of time, I want to talk about the talents just a little bit. We did have that level 1 Frost presence coming out from Arthas. I feel like this might have gotten ninja buffed. I think the Howling Blast cooldown used to be 2 seconds, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But the Howling Blast ability has been really pivotal, and Balog actually getting picked off in top by Zeratul and Malfurion. And one more thing I wanted to mention about that Zeratul, it is going to be the standard caster version of Zeratul. We do have that gathering power, so that tips us off. It will not be any kind of melee Zeratul again in this game, so most likely a Void Prison pickup for Zeratul.
And we lost the spiders already in mid and bottom, and top they are about to die. Vikings actually finished them off, so anything that happened in this I don't know, spider phase, let's call it spider phase, it was really just some nice siege damage and one of the Vikings killed, but that's pretty much it. So some tier 1 towers are either low or have fallen, but it's not the end of the world at the moment here for Stigma. But oh, Illidan, that stun is off the mark, so he keeps his 27 gems, and he needs to keep them. Like, this turn-in is actually really valuable. Also Diablo, 19, trying to hand them in now, but Freeze, Splendor is coming in there, like a nice little Moonfire, and a stun here on Sylvanas, but she already casted the wave, just blinking out there in the end. Like, this fight is all about who gets the gems in, but Na'Vi seems to, yeah, just keep control. But at least in the meantime, Illidan got rid of his gems there, and now the 2 others are joining, and I think this is the first spider phase. No, Diablo interrupted it. I think he interrupted himself there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Howling Blast missing its mark there, and the turn-in happening in the top lane. The Vikings had quite some jewels, so able to get that turn-in finally. And now Na'Vi has to defend against the web weavers of Team Stigma.
Yeah, definitely. I think they start to adjust, Stigma that is, because every time they get interrupted on one spot, like one of these, like, how can I say it, like bottom or top laners, they're going for the hand-in. It worked. Like, once they were fighting top, the Illidan handed in bottom, and now that they were fighting bottom, we had the Vikings getting rid of it. And in summary, they had enough gems to get the spiders up. So second spider phase here, this time for Team Stigma. We have to see where this one is going. Top is already cleared out. In the mid, well, there's a nice little Howling Blast, but the spider's already down as well. We are level 10, both teams at the same time. This is now the point where you can pretty much fight. In the mid, they're converging. This is 5 versus 2 at the moment. Nobody's stopping them, but now Zeratul, Malfurion is coming in. Well, Vala not moving at the moment, still busy getting that spider off the keep. And we also have a Bruiser Camp. And now, oh, look at this. Dintragosa just going through, but what a prison. What a prison on free at the moment. Vikings helping himself there, just going into the boat, and Apocalypse, it's not hitting anyone. Just one, I think, but look at these HP. One is already going down. That's the Vala. And now Illidan still full in. The Vikings, they still have one immunity if I'm not mistaken. That's Arthas. Arthas going down. This is the second one and they still have decent HP. Now retreating. It's a 2-for-0 trade. That gives them also now the edge on the experience and maybe even a follow-up Hendon, which leads in maybe a fast second spider phase for Stigma. Nice fight.
Yeah, a little bit of a preemptive Gosu there coming out from Arthas. I feel that they still had a lot of stuff to clean up there, and the Void Prison they really weren't able to capitalize off of. And yeah, just a really, really nice fight there for Team Stigma.
Oh, Illidan in trouble here. Is there a Lunar Flare? No, we don't even need a Lunar Flare. Ethereal is just ending it. So they lose the Illidan just before their Spider phase, but I guess they're still happy. Getting the second Spider Wave for them through, it's a nice thing. Plus they hold enough gems to almost get a second one, a third one after that.
But a couple members of Team Stigma getting picked off here. Illidan dying, but Diablo just getting away by the skin of his teeth. And we once again have to turn in for Team Stigma. We have Na'Vi trying to defend this pressure on certain areas of the map here. And we do have Diablo finally now going down.
I had to look on the minimap where that one happened. That was...
I think it might have been a Tyrande Owl Snipe?
No. It was Zeratul diving under the keep, but getting that Diablo who was low before, but I didn't expect him to dive, so my camera was not on it. Either way, just looking at it, in the mid they're gonna get the keep. Top, the keep was already downed pretty much by the Spiders and the Vikings, so 2 keeps at the moment, giving them almost 1 level XP advantage here. Now Arthas, well, he gets Sintragosa off, but not really hitting anyone Starfall. That's a nice patch of Starfall doing tons of damage, but there's the Metamorphosis, and oh my goodness, Illidan is actually alone. Uther is still there to heal him. That's exactly what they need, so the prison is already forgotten and they go in. Arthas is again the fight, and there is the Apocalypse. So much damage. This time we had like 3 people in there. Look at this, 2-for-1 trade so far. Now get the bruises involved there as well, but Vikings, they prevail. It's a 3-on-1 trade. Absolutely perfect, and as a bonus, the cherry on top of the cake, they're gonna get the bruises and probably continue with this push. Never mind that, they Hearthstone out already.
Yeah, the Divine Shield being so very impactful. The Void Prison hitting all the heroes except for that Illidan and Uther. Illidan getting zoned from the rest of his team, but his support in Uther was still out of the Void Prison. Divine Shielding Illidan, saving him despite the fact he was so zoned out and getting beat up by the team of Na'Vi, but after that Void Prison was gone, Na'Vi, Team Stigma was just able to clean up that fight, getting 3 kills.
Yep, absolutely, and I mean, those bruises, they get the tower and a tiny bit damage on top of that. That's pretty much it. It buys them enough time, so they get their hand in, which means Stigma, again, 45, no, the other way around, 54 gems already secured, and I think they have enough now, if you put it all together, to maybe even finish it, make it a 3rd Spider phase, while Na'Vi is still sitting on the first one. So we have to see where this one is going to hand in. Yes, it happened, so 3rd Spider phase in a row by Stigma, and so far it just went their way. Every time they had the Spider phase, they somehow capitalized on it, and we have to see how the 3rd one goes. If there's another big mess by Na'Vi with a Whiffed Sintragosa or any other fight, then it's really hard to recover from this. So far, it's only 1 level.
Yeah, and we do have Zeratul opening up here, but I just have to commend Team Stigma's Uther on the really nice cleanse in bottom lane. But hold that thought, we have Sintragosa coming out here from Na'Vi. The engage is happening. What will happen here? A couple
so much off
CCs.
Target. That's
Yeah.
so much off target. Sintragosa only hit Savannah. That Howling Blast went into nothing. It just blasted the air. And they say like, okay, sure. They just got rid of their heroic ability as well as their stun, and that's pretty much it. So the Spiders are pushing mid, bottom. This keep is losing HP, and top we have, well, still the Spider alive as well as 5 heroes. This is really bad news. Ethereal is trying to do something, make something happen, at least get rid of so much HP, but, well, Stigma is fine. Lunar Flare also off target. Now Diablo is turning around. Oh, Apocalypse. The Void Prison this time, however, on pretty much everybody. So they're moving voluntarily in, but a nice patch here. The Starfall doing quite some damage, but I don't think it's enough. Never mind. Illidan going down. It just didn't work out as they planned. Now Na'Vi on the march forward. The boat ends pretty much soon. Give it just one more hit, and that's pretty much it. Well, Vala has to be careful. Illidan, I say it again. Diablo will probably die by the Zeratul, but he will respawn in no time. Never mind, he doesn't have enough souls, so this is really bad news. Vikings on the run, but Arthas just short story and kill them as well. So I don't know where this one went, and I don't know what my camera is doing. Oh my god. But yeah, this ends in a boss.
Illidan did get picked off there. I really felt like that was going to be a good fight for Stigma, but Illidan ended up dying. A little bit curious how that actually ended up happening, but Na'Vi getting this boss here, getting back into the game, and yeah, they really needed that to get back. And Team Stigma already at that level 16 mark, but Na'Vi not too far behind, and looking like a turn-in here for Na'Vi as well, but we'll have to see if they are contested. Looks like no.
Nope. I mean, there's no reason at the moment for contesting it, because there's nothing you can do. You have to defend that boss, otherwise it does too much damage, and then the spiders will spawn. By that time you need to spread out and defend them, so yeah. But what you said is absolutely right. Like, that fight, the Void Prison, I was like, okay, the Void Prison pretty much just bought them some time, and I thought after the Void Prison they just come and turn it all around, but like that Illidan died within seconds. I don't know if he missed his evasion button or Uther just didn't get anything through or misclicked or whatever happened, but as soon as that Illidan died, that was really bad news. And of course, well, Spider down, boss down, only mid to clear and bottom, but bottom the keep is already down, so that's the price you have to pay for that spider wave pretty much.
Yeah, I felt like they, Na'Vi were just not able to capitalize off that Void Prison. Diablo just kind of running away, getting into the Void Prison, but as we said, Illidan just kind of mysteriously fell over there. But we do have the blue Web Weavers out for Team Na'Vi in the bottom lane right now, and kind of just a standoff in mid here. Both teams at level 16, now hitting 17 is Stigma, but both teams on that level 16 talent tier, so fighting.
And Na'Vi stick together. They're like Clue at the moment. They're like, okay guys, we had one good fight, why not sticking together? But Diablo, well, he wants to crush that party pretty much. It looks like it. Well, Sivana's getting her load into Arthas, but Arthas is, well, not amused and not impressed at all. But you already mentioned it, that spider, it's still alive, and that's, I don't know, it's going for the base towers already. One is down, the second one is on 50% HP, which means they either commit or they lose the top key, but I think in the end they will do both. They lose top and bottom.
Well, it looks like they're able to defend the keep at least, but yeah, losing that top fort, not the hugest deal. I mean, keeping the keep alive is really important, although I don't know if it was in the greatest of dangers there. But, and we do have Na'Vi dropping a couple more coins here. They still need 4 more to get that turn in, and yeah, kind of just posturing in middle here. We might have a team fight.
Yeah, it looks like it, but Singularity not doing much, and it seems like Na'Vi's not too interested. To be honest, those 4 gems missing at the moment, it's kind of an unfortunate number, because if they had those gems necessary for another wave, they would have just kept the upper hand, the momentum they had. I mean, they came back against Stigma. Stigma with a good fight, with a good start into it, a lot of gems, 3 phases in a row, but it looks like now a bit momentum out of Na'Vi, which means the next fight will give us the direction. At the moment, Na'Vi is probably just heading towards that bottom camp, which is still to claim, but oh, in the mid, they could still go for the Zeratul. He already blinked, now he's lifted back, Illidan is coming into the fray, but yeah, he has to commit the prison, but he's outside of it. Well, there is the Uther trying to just punch him with his hammer, but in the end, no casualties. Both teams gonna be 18. If they want to force it, they could go bottom, but it looks like no, they just retreated.
And the Void Prison for the Silencing Arrow trade did happen, but it looks like Na'Vi, I mean, they're just content. They don't want to fight. They want to have enough coins so they can fight for the turn-in at least. But in the meantime...
Yeah, sorry. Shouldn't Stigma fight now? I mean, now that the prison is down and they know it, they are of equal XP, isn't now the best timing to fight?
Yeah, I mean, Void Prison being so pivotal in Na'Vi's comp, but they do not have that Silencing Arrow as well, so it's really hard to say at this point who really wants to fight, but both teams still just roaming around, rotating, getting coins, which are, or jewels, which are so very important on this map, and I feel that Na'Vi maybe want to go in
Oh,
here.
it looks like a fight. It's a fight without Vikings at the moment. Diablo, well, getting stunned. There's Starfall patch. I don't know if they commit into it. At the moment, it looks like it's Sintra going through too, as well as, of course, some roots. So, Sylvanas, I'm not sure if that's the position you want to be in. Everybody is relatively low HP, and oh, Uther getting stunned. Now slowed. But no, Navi is not going to commit. So, this is pretty much a black eye they get away with. But Navi managed to get the hand in, which means we face another Spider Face. This is the third now for Navi, which means we're not just equal in XP, also in Spider Faces. And now, oh my god, hell is breaking loose. This Apocalypse, beautiful, in the choke point. So one is already going down after the prison is casted. It's a 1-1, but Diablo is coming back. This time enough soul, so look at Illidan. He's just going for all of them. All four of them are just running. But again, Illidan just, I don't know, pushing forward but dying on the way. Arthur is trying to like circle around. In the end, Sylvanas, super low HP, nice timing there by the Uther and the Vikings. The Vikings still want to fight. They're not lazy. And look at Breeze. He has to be careful. I mean, the Death Coil, sure, it can heal you for a bit, but not enough to actually block that Vikings damage. Do they get more? They need a slow, but there's a stun. Maybe a turnaround. Oh, Zeratul coming in. And now Uther is his next target. So they're gonna lose two. Never mind. Uther still having a shield and soon to have another heal. Vikings coming in. Does he commit? Oh, Uther. Nah. No, he doesn't get the singularity spike on it. So they have to retreat. But what a forefront back. What we must not forget is, while all this is happening, the spiders are doing damage.
Yeah, and I feel that Team Stigma got a little bit overeager. That Sylvanas on their team getting picked off, so it ended up being a 2 for 3 for, or sorry, yeah, 2 for 3 for Team Stigma, and it could have been a 1 for 3, but something important to note in that fight was that Navi lacked 3 of their heroic abilities, where, so, yeah, definitely, I think it was actually 4 of their heroic abilities, and, yeah, so that was really important. Part of the reason why Team Stigma was able to take such a good fight there, and we have 2 keeps down though.
Yeah,
for
that's
Team Stigma.
that's a big question mark. Was it actually a good fight? Yes, by amount of heroes killed and how it fell on the screen, it was good. But like, it was just not worth it. Navi could have had a 5-man wipe, but the 2 keeps, I'm not really sure if that's worth the trade. So Stigma seeing themselves now under huge pressure. They need to land a good fight, but not just a good fight, because heroes kills doesn't give you that much. So they have to capitalize on it, get the boss, then push with it, or go for a keep to somehow equalize it. We are 20 minutes into the game, 2020 is also the level, so it's a triple 20 at the moment, and we have to see where this one is going at the moment. They just want to go for a hint in, but is there an interrupt? It's not enough, 64 of 65. Oh, that is very, very unlucky. We blame all the Sylvanas with that 1 gem on her.
Yeah, and we do have the red web weavers coming out for Team Stigma once again, and they're posturing for the boss here. Actually, oh, they tried to get it, but it despawned as the web weavers spawned.
Yeah, Navi already reacting here. Well, there is Sintra, this time actually hitting 3 people. Oh my god, Void Prison this time just to block the healer out. That's what they get. Diablo down, is not respawning within 5 seconds. The boat, sure, does something, but now everything's coming out. Heals, shields, Lunar Flare is just finishing off that Diablo, and of course now Stigma has to be on a run. This is sure their Spider Face, but oh my god, Howling Blast hitting those Vikings, but I think now there's the slow. They want to go for Sylvanas, trying to juke a bit around, faking left, going right. In the end, Malfurion really, really low, but he makes it just by movement, getting the hell out of here. So in the end, sure, 1 Viking down, and they retreat into their base. Question is now, Navi pressing forward, pushing core, or doing something else. Sylvanas, oh, Howling Blast at the final destination, pretty much, where you want to wave in. And that's it. I think now that Sylvanas is down, they can actually go for the core, and they even call it GG, well played, even though this is going to be a slow core.
Yeah, really technical team comp coming out of Navi here, and they had a little bit of shakiness throughout the game, but executing that level 20 team fight very, very well, and yeah, that level 20 power spike helped them out quite a bit. They did have Storm Shield for that fight. They had Hardened Shield for Arthas to keep him alive even better, and several Bolt of the Storms.
Yeah. Just have a look at the minimap at the moment. Like, it's kind of funny, because Stigma didn't even do so bad, because top, the keep was down, mid, the keep was down, and bottom, the spider was living till the keep was also, I think, 50% HP or so. But the biggest problem was, well... they lost the team fight, and then Navi said like, okay guys, we are not falling back, this is just too close, 2 keeps on each side missing, we have to finish now, and they did it. I still think if Savannah survived that nice little juke around the fountain close to the core, if he survived that, they might have been able to at least stall some time or repel them, but yeah, since he died, Diablo not enough souls, that was just the end of it. So Navi, this is a 2-0 again for them.
Yeah, Navi just showing to be one of the strongest teams in Europe with their really interesting compositions. They made a fan out of me today, so definitely really liking the Navi games. We do have a couple updates from the loser brackets.
Yep.
SK taking a 2-0 victory over Complexity, so North America is out of this tournament, unfortunately, but SK continues on in that second round of the losers bracket. And yeah, really nice series there. Navi just showing they're one of the best teams in Europe.
So as far as I understand the bracket, we have now Stigma dropping out against Navi. Like, no doubt Navi, one of the favorites, not just in this tournament, not just coming into this game, they're also going to be a favorite to actually claim the $3,000 plus hardware here. I'm pretty sure they're definitely in this pool. So are, of course, Gamers 2 and Team Liquid, which we're going to find out in the next game. The next game is going to start at 20 CEST, which is about half an hour from now. Plus minus what we talk right now, the smoker breaks, but yeah, of course you can grab a snack and a beer as usual. But it's pretty interesting. So Stigma, if I'm not mistaken, they fall down to the loser bracket where they meet SK Gaming. You already said it, SK Gaming, they kicked out Complexity, and I'm not sure if the results of Griffiths and Dignitas are already out, but either the game is still going or like one of them is 1-0 in front already, but we have to see. I'm really curious how that one turns out, because that determines who is playing in the loser bracket. And now, well, since the loser bracket started, we see the first people dropping out. How sad are you that NA is out?
Yeah, I'm really kind of upset. I would like to see them do really well. Urho on Complexity, one of my buds, so definitely a sad day for them and North America in general, but we still have some really amazing matches here, despite the fact that it's now all European. I'm not complaining, man. Europe is impressing the heck out of me, so really, really enjoying these games and these series and all the different like heroes and different comps that are coming out.
I have to force the issue though, because I'm really curious about Complexity. If I look at the recent games, and it doesn't even matter on which server you play. I mean, obviously you have to take higher ping into account when you play on the European server. This is something I obviously grant them. That is so a disadvantage right there. But ever since they got picked up by Complexity, and this is not the first time we see this in esports, that a team gets picked up by an organization and then performs worse than they were like as a freelance free agent. Hey, we're a bunch of 5 guys who just enjoy to play. So what do you think is the case here? Is it ping, just a bad day, not giving 100%, or is it really the organization curse?
Well, without revealing too much, because obviously I know a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes.
Insights.
I feel like it's a combination of multiple factors. Ping is definitely a problem. It's not the end-all, be-all problem, but it can definitely alter your mindset. You're going into this game against strong European teams, and you have a high ping to deal with. It can be really detrimental to your mindset. But yeah, there's a combination of factors. But Complexity is still a strong team. But yeah, it's unfortunate they went out here.
What we need is a LAN. So let's make this a big fat LAN, bringing the continents together. And I'm not even talking just North America and Europe. Like, of course, it's a never-ending battle between heaven and hell, and I'm not saying who's hell in this fight. But no, there's also other scenes that are actually quite common. Like the C scene is getting quite some support. There are some people pushing their energy into the scene, maybe casting, organization of tournaments, and also teams. I know about some orgs that actually asked me. I work together with them in other esports, but they asked me about like nice teams to pick up, etc. So I know C is coming, and I'm looking forward because they are crazy, those guys. Like, if you think that any scene is crazy, then the Russians and Southeast Asia, I think they're on top of the scale there. So I'm looking forward when we have a LAN where then teams like that can qualify. Either way, guys, we're going into a break. About 27 minutes from now, we have Team Liquid versus Gamers 2. Probably one of my most favorite games today. I mean, the Navi games were good, but Stigma couldn't just quite deliver to that level. But Team Liquid, I think that was El Nexo. Yeah, El Nexo was Team Liquid, or the other way around. Team Liquid took El Nexo, and Gamers 2, both teams, I don't know who wins. That's the funny part about this game. I have no idea who wins. I have no favorite on this one, and that's why I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like it could go either way, and we did have several people in the chat requesting this game, and yeah, I'm really happy to be able to bring this match to you guys, so this is going to be one heck of a match, so stay tuned, guys.
Yep.
We have Team Liquid versus Gamers 2 coming up pretty soon.
Yep, 27 minutes, guys. Grab a beer, some snacks, and we are back for Team Liquid versus Gamers 2. It's going to be good. Really good. See ya.